I want to do a video of the different woods that I use in my guitars, and I figured I'd start with maple because it's probably the most common wood you'll see on a guitar. From a maple top to a maple neck, there's a variety of different maples that you can use for a guitar. I'll start with the most common because I'm based in the Midwest, which is the Eastern Hard Rock Maple, which is this piece here. This piece comes in different types of figure, so you'll get a bird's eye piece. I'm not sure if you could see the bird's eye. You can have flames, or you can have just a piece of plain maple. And usually the plain maples are for used for necks. You also see them on painted top Les Pauls. Bird's eye is usually a good fingerboard wood, along with flame maple. There's also a soft maple, a soft flame maple. It's good for a top. I actually don't have any soft flame maple, but there's a huge distinction between Eastern Hard Rock maple and Midwest soft maple. It's definitely a lot softer. The sound that you'll get from a maple top is really outstanding. It'll be a little bit heavier on the treble side. With maple, the wood is very dense, so you get a lot of sustain. You'll also have pieces that have a different tap tone. So when you hold a piece of wood, you can tap it to see what kind of ringing. Usually you're looking for a bright poppy tone versus kind of a donk. If you hear a donk versus a dink on maple, that might not be a good piece of wood. And as you go through different pieces of wood, you'll be able to test over time. This one is a little bit thicker. I was going to use this for a Les Paul top. You can see it's got different flames. The grain's usually a lot tighter on Eastern Hard Rock maple. Other type of maple is the big leaf maple then that comes out of the Great Northwest. And these are the pieces that have the significant figure. This is where you'll see your Paul Reed Smith guitars with these beautiful tops. This is the blue top. It comes in different types of wood. You'll have a flame. I don't have any plain big leaf maple around. I use that every once in a while for a guitar body. I have a source that sends me stuff. But usually you get beautiful flame, beautiful deep figure. It's a lot less dense than the Eastern Hard Rock maple. The figure on this wood is outstanding. Usually the grain pattern is a little bit thicker versus the Eastern Hard Rock maple. What's beautiful about the big leaf are the 5A quilted piece. This is my exhibition piece that I've been sitting on for a number of years now. It is gorgeous. This is what you would see these on your top 10 Paul Reed Smiths. The figure is outstanding. You just don't get this same type of figure in an Eastern Hard Rock piece. You can, but the quilted usually doesn't show up in an Eastern Hard Rock piece. When you have you get a lot of wildwood with Eastern Hard Rock, so figure, bird's eye, a bunch of stuff, but you never get that really strong quilt pattern like you do on a big leaf maple. This is the kind of the pinnacle of figured wood in a sense because it's just outstanding. It takes a stain. It looks unbelievable. I would say the big leaf maple takes a better stain than the Eastern Hard Rock maple at times, just because of the wood density here. When you put a coat down, it's not as dense, so the stain usually seeps in better. I know folks will use some of this a stain sealer. I don't like using those. I like putting the stains directly into the wood when I do my burls or my colors. Maple also has spalt. I've done that spalt video. This is a spalted burl maple. It's got some spalt on the edge here, and it's got the burl in the middle. I love working with burls. I think maple burls are the best in terms of working. It's another spalted piece that I have, a book match. You get some really interesting wood out of maple. These are 3 varieties, different trees, and you all have different figure. This is a spalt, this is a burl, and then this is the exhibition quilt. What's nice about the burl is, you've seen my videos where you can do the different stains and different stain patterns. You can't really do that with a spalt. Usually with spalt you just finish it straight. You can't really do any coloring because spalt is spongy. It's actually a fungus in the wood, so you can't really do anything crazy with it, but you can see when you find the right pieces of spalt, you can get some beautiful figure like this. These are all the different pieces of maple that I have here in my shop. I've got tons of different tops that I'll flip through here, put them down, and let you guys take a look at different maple tops that I have here. This is an Eastern Hard Rock top that's got some quilt in the middle. It's got a wild wood figure. Has the grain lines all over the place. This is a piece of veneer of big leaf maple. Figure's a little bit larger. And then this is a piece of veneer of eastern hard rock maple. See, the grain lines are a lot tighter. You also have the figure lines, usually on eastern hard rock maple, are a little bit smaller than on the big leaf maple. A lot of the times with the big leaf maple you'll see really big flame lines, and on the eastern hard rock you'll see little, much smaller, tighter flames. It just depends on the look that you're looking for. If you want big flames, you're going to go with the big leaf maple. If you want kind of that old Les Paul sunburst look, you're going to go with the eastern hard rock. So another beautiful piece. This is big leaf maple. This is quilted. This is cut a little bit off center from the quilt. So you got some beautiful quilt lines running through here. The piece is actually too small to cut into, so I'm just sitting on it.